Good evening, ladies. How are you? Got a late start, so hopefully I get some people on. Good evening. This is Bonda Evans coming to you live from her kitchen studio. Got some check-ins. I know y'all like, what in the world? Okay, we coming through. We coming through. Those are my ladies that set their alerts. So listen, check on in. Okay, here we come. We coming. Hello. All right. Ooh, the enemy was busy. Good evening from Birmingham, Alabama. Miss Brianna Lee, JC Clark. Good evening. Lena Davis. Hello. Check in. Tell me where you from. Sammy Slay. Tough Skinner. Hello. Anita Fontaine. Hello. Annette Howard. Hi. Let me know where you from. Angela Coldfelter. Good evening from North Carolina. Michelle Pearl. Anthony Johnson. Louise Rodriguez. Pam King, waving hi, good evening, Judge. Miss Buck Buchanan, Ethel Awa from Chicago, Lita Dixon from Henderson, North Carolina, Nevada, Mary Jean, Candace Campbell, hello. Julia Love from Philly, Amanda Moore from Charleston, South Carolina, Lena Davis from Florida, Juanita McNeil from Patterson, New Jersey, Renee Espinosa from Michigan, what's up? Walter Stringer, New Jersey, hello. Jay, Eva Daniels from Lawrence, Kansas, Martha Farewell from Duncanville, Texas, Kia Marie Jackson in the house, Tennessee. All is well from Morris Brown from Athens, Alabama. Miss Rodriguez from Louisiana, Peggy Jackson from Detroit, Robbie Boy from Detroit, Lisa Page from Brooklyn, New York. I was just in New York. Heidi Wright from Ohio, Louise Rodriguez from Texas, Stephanie Brimley from Arizona, Donna Stewart from Texas by way of MD. What is that? Okay. Wolf Melendez, uh, Lynn, Massachusetts. Joshua Weiss, right here from here. Andrew Bailey from New York. Shane Foskey from Anderson, South Carolina. Jan Salazar from Chicago. How about Angela? And Alicia. Okay, right. Rochelle Elliston from Toronto. Okay. Joshua White, Virgo. Heather Pearson from Indianapolis, Indiana. Nikita Good from Atlanta. Princeton, Siobhan Dunn. Hey, Vonda. Hey, girl, what's up? Nat from Illinois is in the house. Vicki Wilson from Alabama. Debbie Castle from Yonkers, New York. Good evening, Charlotte Perkington from NYC. Rachel from NYC. Anthony from Goldsboro, North Carolina. We got Meridia McKean from Greenville, South Carolina. Zephora Seeley from Philadelphia. You got to help with this. Mubarak from Hamtramck, Sharon McLean from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Annette Howard. My birthday is the day. Happy birthday, Queen. Shirley Stewart, happy birthday, Queen. That is Annette Howard. We're going to wish her happy birthday. Kia Marie, single and satisfied. Betty Cleveland from Alabama. Angela Arcia from Hanford. Nat, Illinois in the house. Okay. So I'm gonna start off, because I know y'all be coming in late. Cause shoot, I was late. I don't care. I do care, but the enemy was busy and I was determined to come on. Erica Jackson from Alabama. Good on Trace, Sister Tracy Muhammad. Okay, waiting for you, girl. You was late last week, now I'm late. Miss Carter from Las Vegas, Miss Hoskins from Swaineville, Georgia, Miss Weston from Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. All right, let me say this to you. Um, Recently, I was at the airport. Uh, Marilyn Pierce from Suffolk, Virginia. Janie Joycelyn from Guyana. Oh my goodness, long way. Miss Dufus Josie from Jamaica, honored. Regina Dempsey from New York, and Glenda Brown from Baltimore. So let me tell you what happened. How y'all from Decatur, Georgia, checking in late? Me too. So I'm sorry, really sorry. lost some stuff, and enemy was busy. Christopher Spells, hello, beautiful. Hi, King. Nita Williams, Matthews from Chicago. Felicia Mays, hey. So anyway, let me start this off. What happened? So I'm in the airport. Leela Dewey from Detroit. So anyway, I'm in the airport, and there was a couple, and they had a whole bunch of luggage, and it was mounted on a carrier, and there were two children, and it appeared that she had a nanny. So I'm thinking in my mind, oh, they must got some money or whatever, but follow along. When the gentleman from the airline was attempting to weigh it, she stepped back. Her husband struggled with each luggage and gave it. There were two car seats, and she handed him one, the little ones, and he put them in. And I saw him struggling with this, right? And she stepped back. And the attendant said, well, do you want your wife to help you? Because we could go faster. He said, no, I'm a man. I don't need any help. And, I just couldn't help but wonder, what I'm saying? Like, these people probably, rich or whatever. Come to find out, he was a teacher, she was a teacher. But they were from a different culture. And you know what? I realized the Lord said, look at that, what you see. I said, I see a man being a man. How many times would we as women automatically say, oh, baby, let me help you. Let me do that for you. Oh, baby, I got this. Instead of letting men be men, the criticism by many men is that, well, an independent woman is she want to do everything herself. No, an independent woman has had to do everything herself. Because had she waited to be rescued, she still would be waiting. So she had to woman up and do things herself. That woman wasn't no different than me, wasn't no different than you. But the man that she was with stepped up to be a man. He says, no, I have that. And so the tender was like, okay, it would speed the process up. He said, no. And that leads me to the conversation of women. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. We're doing too much. We have been programmed to believe that we have to go 50% on everything. Okay, true, we go 50% on the baby. Okay, we got the egg, they got the sperm. That's where it needs to stop. That woman felt comfortable enough to let her man do that himself without intervention. But how many of us would have did that? Oh, baby, let me help you. Oh, baby, let me do this. Oh, baby. And that's our problem. We doing too much. We doing too much. When a man sees us accomplished, got a car, whatever, in their mind, they want to be that man. But because we so used to doing things ourselves, we interrupt the natural flow and we start doing stuff. We meet a man, go to the grocery store, he may come over. We're going to take the groceries out the car. Let that man do it. When we in the house, like I had to tell my daughter's boyfriend, son, men take out the trash. I can take it out. That's a man's job. Men take out the trash. We have to train them. Oh, honey, you have to do that. My sister-in-law was in the car with my father and her husband. And she did not exit the car because she said women are supposed to allow men to open the door. She Harvard trained undergrad and law school, okay? We doing too much. We doing too much. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna make it easier. And as a result of making it easier, we crippling men. We got it, but it's not our job to provide it. Here's a woman that they have like an au pair, probably from, she appeared to be from some other country or something like that. So they might have got her for a good deal. Her husband was like, baby, listen, all I need you to do, show up, do your job. I'm going to help you in the au pair. We got this. Because you my queen. And you supposed to have people helping you. We ain't got to be rich to do it. But you my queen. And as a man, the king, I'm going to make sure you taken care of. But we do too much. Oh, baby, that's okay. We going to buy groceries. Follow along. And they're not taking those groceries out the car and putting them up. And when a man, and when a woman says, well, you know what? I think that a man should provide for everything. She a gold digger. This is what men do in other nationalities. They provide for their women. That's a king's job. Put them bills in the middle of the table, let me handle it. And if I can't, because maybe your bill's big enough, baby, I'm going to do as much as I can. I'm going to do as much as I can. Because, I was being nosy. I want to know what they did for a living, okay? Teachers. But the way that man provided for her, she didn't lift a finger because she knew she didn't have to. No matter how bad it got, that was his job. We got to stop doing too much. We doing too much. Me included, sis, listen, what I tell you before, when I say we, I'm be talking about myself. I said, now, if that had been me traveling and there were 5 large bags, I'm going to automatically jump in there and try to help. You know what I'm saying? It would have speeded up the process. But more importantly, I would have felt compelled to do that. That woman, see, let me tell you something about life. Life will teach you a lesson. In life, there was a sermon for me. And that sermon was, you doing too much. I said, oh, Jesus, I received that. So look at that, daughter. We have to stop doing so much. And what happens is this. We work, we cook, we clean, we're tired. And as a result, we're so used to always doing stuff that we don't give that man a chance. And then we want to complain about a man not doing nothing because our expectation is too low. Our expectation is too low. You are the king of my home. You are my king. You are my earthly king. I am your queen. We are not equal. The king is the head. As the king, you provide the vision, the direction, and the provision. I'm going to say that one more time. The vision, the direction, and the provision. That's your job. You are the king. And what you say goes because you're a king. But we letting these men come in. We so happy that they there. We automatically go into independent woman mode, taking out the trash, cutting our grass, all both hookup got to do is just come over, house clean, food cooked, homemade, grass cut. And what we're doing, we're giving them a false expectation. See, the way you start out, the way you got to hold out. So if both hookup come over and there's some, oxtails on there and some greens, he gonna expect that. He gonna want that house. Well, hell, you done cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? You done shovel the snow. So you not expecting nothing of him. But to come up to say, oh, she got a bad house and it's clean and everything. What's his job? His job got to be more than laying some sex down. His job got to be, well, baby, even if we're dating, well, babe, you need to take that trash out before, you go. Just, take it out. Well, what's the trash day? Both hookup need to know our trash day. Both hookup need to know, baby, you need to come over here and cut this grass. Oh, I'm so glad you with me. I can let that man go to cut my grass because you don't have to do that. Oh, baby, I'm so glad. And I ain't got to pay that man to shovel my snow. Because before I go to work, you got to come over here and shovel my snow if you trying to earn me. Because other cultures do it for their women. Are we less than them? No, we're not. But our expectation is far less than what they expect. And she felt she didn't even lift a finger because she's been trained in that relationship. That man is the provider. He provides the vision, the direction, and the provision. That's what he does because he is a king. He is a man. But what we're doing, we are letting men come in. Everything already done. Grass cut. Oxtails cooking. House clean. We not having him do nothing. And then we wonder why we're not getting quality men because we ain't expecting nothing of them. We ain't expecting nothing of them. Oh, baby, that's okay. I do that. I got somebody, he cut my grass. Why am I paying somebody $40 a week to cut my grass and you laying up with me for free? You got to cut that grass. So, babe, when you going to come over here and do that? Because we need to schedule that. I kind of, I like my grass cut every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you think, though? You think every week? Oh, okay. And that's his job. But we're taking his job from him. So it's our fault. Because I'm an independent woman. Independent. Now, if you ain't got no man, you got to do that. Because I'm not coming home to no trash. And I'm not cutting no grass. But when we start dating these men, we have to be able to say, coming in the door, there's certain responsibilities that I need you to do. And let me say this to you. If he's interested, he will. But he not doing it because you didn't make him do nothing. He come over, he get that warm, he get that pot, he get the oxtails, house clean, smell like Lysol, home immaculate. All he feel like he got to do is just show up, lay down a little sex, watch some TV with you. Because what you're saying is, oh, I got this. Okay. Oh, I got this. And you doing too much. You cutting grass or having somebody to cut the grass and they charging an arm and a leg. But you got both hook up in there laying up with you. We got to get away from that. And that's our fault. That's our fault because we have done it so long. We don't even think twice to say, what am I going to allow my man to do? Okay. Getting your car washed. Your man should have your car washed every Sunday. Fill your tank up. Well, baby, here go the keys. You gonna go get my car washed? Train that man. to what you want, and he will do it. But stop complaining about what a man ain't doing, and you're not expecting nothing from him. Let me ask y'all this. Stop. If y'all could work and y'all didn't have to go get, if y'all could get a check and you didn't have to work, would you do it? Hell yeah, I do it. But they expect us to show up and do our job. We giving a man a check and he ain't got to do nothing but nothing. He ain't got to earn it. What is the check that we giving him? When he comes over, the house is clean. We may have a housekeeper. When he come over, the grass is cut. That's $40. When you go get your car washed, that's $20. When you putting gas in your car, that's another $40. That man want to do that, but you already got it done. And then you want to complain about, well, he ain't, because you ain't expecting nothing from him. And as long as you continue to not expect nothing from him, that's what he's going to continue to do. And I was like, oh, wow. I see that. And for those ladies, you know, who like, you ain't got no man. Like we understand that. But when that time comes, when you ready to say, you know what, I'm going to open my mind today, you got to come in with expectation on the floor. And that is minimally, you're going to cut my grass, you're going to shovel my snow, you're going to cut my grass, you're going to fill my tank up, and you're going to get my car washed every week. That's your job. Because when you require a man to be accountable, he going to show up. But y'all ain't requiring him nothing, not to be accountable. All you requiring him to do is come over and lay up and give you some good sex and some company. And y'all got to do better than that. Because what we do is, and tell me truth, because before God opened my eyes, I said, I'm thinking I'm winning, I'm dating, dude pull up, grass immaculately laid, got somebody to come in, clean up the house, I throw on some food. I'm thinking, hey, I'm doing that. And the Lord said, no, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're taking from what he's supposed to do. And I was like, wow. But see, it's a sermon in everyday life if you take an opportunity to look at it. But what we have to stop doing, independent woman, okay, we got all of that. But we got to stop doing that. And what we do is we empower our man by expectation. When you start expecting your man to show up and to do certain things, he will do them. But if you have no expectation, somebody recently said, well, what do you think about when you start in a relationship, how to make your man do something? It's simple. Babe, you know what? We're in this relationship. Now I'm going to just say this to you. You know, I need that grass cut. I need you to, make sure that my car clean, because you want me to ride around with a clean whip and have some gas in my car, baby. That ain't a lot to ask. And that man will do it. But y'all ain't saying nothing because y'all want to show him you independent. I don't need nobody to help me do nothing. I don't know. That's it. A real man should know what to do without asking him to do that. I understand, Cynthia, but here's the situation. You got to put it down to him. You got to be able to say, this is what I expect. He should know or be asking. Let me tell you something. A closed mouth don't get fed. You got to express your expectation. Yes, he should know. But if he doesn't express your expectation, there's nothing wrong with that. Diane Cotton said, I want a man that's already empowered. Honey, no, I'm saying follow along. Y'all get men from women who shoveling snow, taking out trash, and changing the oil. So what's happening is you are getting men who have been treated like kings in other relationships. without having any responsibility. So when they come to you, they're automatically thinking, well, Rhonda and Sharonda and Kayla, well, they all do that. So why should Shavonda ain't no different? But what we do is you got to show somebody how to love you where you are. Everybody don't know that. So if all his life he done dated women who they got a lawn service, he not gonna know to do it because they've never asked him to do it. And Tabitha Stevens said thirsty women cause this. And mothers not training their sons. Mothers not training their sons to be men. And men not being in the home to train their boys to be men. See, I would assume, and I don't want to get into that, that man probably had a father that trained him on how to provide for a woman. But if a man don't understand that, he's not going to know to do that. And it's just that simple. So if he has had women who don't require anything of him, then when he gets with you, he going to do the same thing. So it's like having a job. Some jobs just say, get there on time. You can do whatever you want, just get there on time. Some jobs say, you can be late, but I want you to do A, B, C, D, E. I ain't mad at the second job because they told me what to do. That's what a relationship is. Every job has a different way of operating. Obviously, they still want quality work done for what they're doing, but it's a way in which they do it. Some people say you can log on remote. Some people say you got to be in person. They still all want the job done. So what I'm telling you to do is that for many of these men who didn't have no mamas in the house and they didn't have no daddies, and they done been with all of these women that done spoiled them and have not required anything of them, then what we need to do is when they come in our lives, we need to be able to say, these are the things that, I'd like for you to do, baby. Okay. And what I'm saying, we not having those conversations. Oh yeah, well he's supposed to know what to do. Why? What do you know what to do if he's never been asked to do those things? That's kind of like, how was there ain't no manual? It's no manual. And especially Black men, who many men have not had dads at home, mama and big mama and auntie done raised them. They ain't had to do nothing but breathe. Mama and big mama and them always made sure that he was eating good. When he went away to college, made sure that they sent him a little money. And then when he came back home, he lived in an apartment. And so he ain't had no responsibility. Then he started dating you. I mean, Sharon and Keela and all them. And he ain't had no responsibility. They lived in an apartment. Now you live in a house and he just sitting up like he don't know what to do. Why? Because we got to have criteria. And when we start to do that, let me tell you what happens when you start doing that with a man. It make that man feel that he is being a king. Oh, I got to go by and cut Vonda grass. Or I got to send somebody. Or I got to make sure. Because now that's his responsibility. And he wants to take it on. But we have to express to him the things that we want. Many women may say, well, a man should have a good dinner on Sunday. Some women think that, well, maybe we just go out to eat on Sunday. It's what you've been accustomed to. So what I'm saying to you is we got to start expecting more from our men. And we not doing that. He coming over there, grass laid, and he ain't cut nothing or had nobody to do that. No, I'm sorry. ain't taking out trash. Your car is filthy. Baby, give me them car keys. I gotta go get your car clean. Putting gas in it. Cause you do that. Well, every Saturday I get up, I get my car wash, I put my gas in it, I go get my hair done. I just automatically do it. So by the time I see him, it's already done. And he don't have to do nothing. Because we're not expecting that. But then we gonna complain about him not being a man. Because you are not laying down the criterion and expectation for him to be able to provide. And when he starts doing little stuff, like getting the grass cut, having your oil change, making sure your car is washed, making sure that your gas is in it, he then will provide for you from there, because now he's expected to show up. And that is what we got to be able to do. And y'all ladies feel like this. Well, if I'm doing it for myself, I'm a better woman than a needy woman who he got to do that for. Wrong. A man wants to feel needed. He wants to feel that, yeah, okay, you might be making big money. I may not be making a lot of money, but I got responsibilities. I got to make sure that that grass is cut. I got to make sure that stop. It doesn't matter what he make or what he got to come in with a job responsibility. But you feeling like, well, I got a service doing this, and we got to stop doing that. What we got to do is, these men who done been with Sharonda and Keela and all of them and ain't had to do nothing but show up with some sex and some chocolate on Valentine and some little Macy gift on Christmas and some perfume on our birthday. We gotta show them and tell them, baby, this is what I expect. And from that, you are able, that man knows your love language. See, you're not telling him. You want him to guess. You want to say, her love language is things. Am I right? Wrong. Her love language is me calling. Am I right? No. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you expect. Tell him what to do. And guess what? He's going to do it. But y'all not telling him. He already know what to do. Says who? Okay? Closed mouths don't get fed. And what we and so I said, okay. Because I'm looking like, I'm gonna just tell you how bad it was. I wanted to go over there and help me. I felt bad for him. Okay, I was about to say, you want some help, babe? Let me help you, baby. Ain't no shame. Let me help you. But the Lord said, that ain't your job. But you see how relaxed she is? Because she knew that wasn't her place. But you would have jumped on a mat. And let me tell you something, half the men I know, they would have been like, baby, can you help me? And thinking, oh, well, we just trying to hurry up things and doing it. Then what you're doing now for me, now me and you going 50-50 on everything. And that's not what you should have done this. Susan Wells, I'm 76 now. I wish I had known this 50 years ago. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about Susan Wells. She's 76. She was brought up in an era where men and women, they pooled their money together and did things. So you put your 50% in and I put my 50% in, we got 100 and we can go farther. That's damaging. That's damaging. Because let me tell you something about that man. Follow along. Following along. If you put your 50% and he put his 50%, he gonna take his other 50% and give it to another woman. That's just how it is. He gonna be paying some bills over some other woman's house while you put your 50% in and his 50% in. Daniel, I love taking care of my woman. Also, a woman that shows that she cares for herself. I don't like to guess what she needs or wants. I can give her that she wants, but it may not be what she needs at that moment. What Daniel was saying is, listen, baby, follow along. I ain't trying to pay your light bill, your water bill, all that. I'm trying to say, baby, what is it that you expected from me? And if you're silent, he ain't supposed to read your mind. But if you tell him, oh, Joanne Yancey, my late husband had me spoiled to get in my car wash, filling up my gas tank for the week, opening the door, and we're together. He's cut and take care of the grass down and lawn, and we did yard work together. Why? That's how you supposed to do it. And so what Daniel was saying as a younger man, baby, let me know what it is you want me to do so I can show up and I can please you. But if I come to your house and everything is already done, I ain't gonna do nothing. Because I'm already think that you that kind of woman that you don't need my help. But if we start and then we get mad, damn, I gotta pay these people $200 to cut my grass. Damn, I gotta get my car washed. Then we mad at our man because we ain't told him what we expect from him. And then you saying, well, he should know that. He wasn't trained to know that. That ain't something. It ain't no manual that come when you get 21 years old. Like y'all, you know, we get them AARP cards. I don't know how they be knowing it's our birthday, but anyway, they do. Listen, and they give you a manual on being old. Okay, this is what you need to do. They don't give you that to a man when he is of 21 years old or dating. He don't know what to do. And if nobody trained him to do that, then he's not going to know. But if you gently tell him, babe, that's what I like, he will do it. You be like, damn. And do you know what that'll do? Them little twos and fews offer you not getting your lawn cut. Gas high as hell now. So anyway, that's a big one. Do you know how much money you can save a month? And how good you gonna feel? It's snowing. And you like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You got to get to work. And you come out there and your it's already shoveled. Because he done sent somebody over there, or he brought his snowblower over there and did that. You know how you gonna appreciate that? Let that man be a man and tell him what you want. And when you do that, we're communicating. That's the problem with most relationships. There's not proper communication. David Bromberg said, give allowance without questions. Oh, stop, David. Huh? That's what I'm talking about. Because that's my job. Trina Riley, Bonda, you have newly married women. Bishop tell their men they don't need them, so why get married? Okay, newly married woman. Okay, let me just say this to you. We got to come in the door at doing that. And I'm just telling you. And a lot of people don't know. And you're right. So it's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. They want to know. Baby, I'm going to tell you this, right? I'm going to tell you. I love fresh flowers. You can get fresh flowers at Kroger's. You ain't got it for $9.99 for some roses. Okay? Baby, I love fresh flowers. And that man will do it. But you got to tell him what it is that you want. And if you do, he's going to step up and do it. But you understand what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Broomberg talking about that allowance thing, that's a whole different thing. We're on a different level on that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. But maybe your man ain't able to do that. That don't mean that he's less of a king because he's not giving you an allowance. The fact that your car is getting washed, gas is getting put in it, your grass is cut. Do you know that's saving you $300 or $400 a month right there? Do you know that man saving you $5,000 or $6,000? And you appreciate that. But ladies, y'all got to stop being all of that independent woman. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing some of them houses on TikTok, y'all houses on Instagram, y'all houses is laid. You can eat off your floor. It pretty flowers. Let the men do it. You and your man say, baby, let's go get these flowers. And I'm gonna show you the flowers I want, and let's do them together. But all of that going 50%, that's out the question. Because I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna take that other money and give it to another woman. So what we got to do is, you know what I'm saying? Once we start doing that, we're going to see men going to treat us better. Because now we have an agenda. Michigan Reed said we got 2 flats this week. Baby, I got that. Let me go get some. Baby, we need to get these tires. Then you're going to start to see things he going to do that you ain't even asking. Like Michigan Reed. Babe, Bell Tire got 4 tires for $1,000. I looked into it and they got a payment plan. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get these tires for you because you need them, and it's $59 a month, and we're gonna go ahead and get that done. And then you're gonna see him. You're gonna say, like, damn, he's thinking of me. Why? Because now you've made him accountable. And what you do is crippling him when all you doing is sexing him, and he ain't gotta do nothing. And you sitting up like, oh damn, how I'm gonna pay this? Oh Lord, okay, I'm a borrow. You borrowing for Peter, Paul, and Mary to get stuff done. Your man don't know about it because you were too afraid to ask him. Because if I ask him for money, what kind of woman is he gonna think that I am? Girl, you need to go sit down. Okay, all right. Let me say this to you on a minimum. Your man need to be getting your nails done and your feet done every 2 weeks. That's his job. He need to bring you flowers, at least from Kroger's, for $9.99 once a week. He need to make sure your lawn is cut. He need to make sure that your trash is taken out. He need to make sure your car is clean, and he make sure that you got gas. Do you know what that would do for you financially? But you know what that would do for you mentally? It's like you feel like you being taken care of. And then once he starts doing those things, guess what he's gonna do? He's going to do more, because now he realizes and he's walking into the role of a king in your life, because you expect that from him. But y'all coming in, nails done on fleek, feet done on fleek, smelling good on fleek, house laid on fleek, beautiful flowers on fleek. What he got to do? Nothing. And so as a result, you start getting mad at him because he ain't did nothing, because you ain't expected him to do nothing. And once he start doing that, he's going to do more. Sandra Garrett, I wish I heard this a year ago. That's okay, sis. Baby, this is what we got to start doing. I need this done. He is 64 years old and works Ambro. Okay, well, girl, you need to let him go. Okay, let me just say this to you. Let me say this to you. Follow along. What a man won't do for you, he'll do for another woman, because she gonna expect that from him. Baby, let me tell you something. Well, Vonda got it. Chandra got it. So I ain't got to give it to her, because she got it like that. So I ain't got to pay her rent, but I'm going to pay Kiki rent, because Kiki asked me for it. And that made me feel like a man to help Kiki. So I'm going to help Kiki, because Kiki saying she needs some help. I'm going to step up for Kiki. Kiki says she need her lights paid. I'm going to do that. And you up here doing everything for him, having sex, laying up with him, and he paying somebody else's bills. Why? Because you don't expect it. And I don't want to ask him for nothing. A closed mouth don't get fed. Y'all better stop asking. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna ask him for do nothing. If he don't know to do it, I ain't gonna mention it. And I'm gonna keep on having sex with him, and I'm gonna keep on feeding him, and I'm just gonna be mad at this side that he don't know better. Well, guess what? That's just on you. If you want to roll like that, that's on you. But it ain't no man gonna be with me and not have something, especially after this. Baby, let me say, like I said, I felt like I wanted to go over there and help them. And the Lord said, see, when you get a king, you gonna be like her. You're gonna say, let him handle that. That's his job. Because I'm showing you kingdom qualities in men, so that you now know when I release that man to you. Okay. See, let me say this to y'all, because let me say, because I got a prophecy. It's not that you are not a good woman. It's that God has not released that man to you. Why? I'm going to go there. Every time you have been in a relationship, it has been a disaster. From the time that you've been 17 and you 50. And God said, you know what? I'm sick of this. Daughter, I gotta protect you. So I ain't letting them, I'm not releasing that man to you. Because the choices in your men is bad because you ain't healed. So what I'm gonna do, daughter, I'm not gonna let no man be interested in you till you work on yourself. You ready? You ready? Oh, thank you. When Moses brought the children of Israel to Egypt, when they went and they were delivered, do you know how long it took them to get to the promised land? 40 years. And it was only 17 miles. They could have done that in 2 days. He would not allow them to occupy the land until they changed their mindset. See, God will keep somebody from you because you ain't changed who you are. And if you get a hold of them, you ain't gonna know what to do. You gonna ruin it like you did with Billy Paul and Freddie and Teddy. You gonna ruin it because you're not ready. So this what he doing. Stop. I'm not letting nobody like you. I'm not letting nobody call you because I want you to deal with you. I want you to start dealing deep inside. You know that garage that you got with all that junk in it? I need you to clean it out. I need you to get rid of some of them bad old memories. I need you to get rid of some of them generational curses. I need you to get rid of all them generational curses. I need you to start dealing with stuff that happened to you and that you ain't dealt with. I need you to deal with what was the cause of the marriage breakdown, what you felt that you shouldn't have done. I want you to start dealing with the fact that every relationship that you've had, because you dating your first boyfriend that was abusive, but he's this one white, black, Hispanic, but they got the same characteristic. I need you to work on that. And until you do, you will not inhabit the promised land. And let me tell you what happened. Those people died without getting to the promised land because they would not deal with what God wanted them to deal with. So this time that you got in your life, this holding period where you can't attract no man and no man want to attract you, God is keeping them from you because he's sick of you making choices and they turn out to be bad choices and you keep hurting yourself. It's like self-mutilation, and he's tired. He said, I'm not doing that no more. I'm sorry. So you can be mad at me, but I can't. I'm tired of saying that because God is omnipotent. He sees all. He sees how vulnerable you are. He sees how every time you get into a relationship, you do the same thing with the same man. You give too much of yourself mentally, physically, and financially, and then you get played, and he's sick of seeing it. He's sick of it. And so he said, you know what? I'm going to step in because you're not getting this right. And until you deal with that garage that you got called your mind, you're not going to get a man because God is not going to release him to you. But when you start dealing with that stuff, I mean, going deep into this, just going through, say, well, let me go through this box. Let me get rid of what I need. Let me deal with this situation. Let me kind of analyze this. Follow along. I had a type. I wanted that man to be an alpha male. I wanted him to be a provider. I wanted him to have a good job. I wanted him to, be aggressive and assertive. I wanted that, and I wanted him to have good sex too. I mean, I wanted that. And every time I got that man, whether it was in a man that was white, black, Hispanic, I got the same result, hurt and pain. So what did that let me know? Your type is wrong. That's not working for you. That doesn't work. But it took me 25 years of dating to realize you need to readjust your requirements. Also, does that mean that you got to date down? No. What that means is that the things that you thought were so important really aren't. The fact that he got to make six figures, that doesn't matter. The fact that he got to be aggressive and assertive, that doesn't make a man a man. Vulnerability and being able to be open and honest makes a man sexy and strong. Okay. So what happens is you start dating your man, Tommy, your fur boyfriend, your fur boyfriend. When you were 17, you dated him in Jamal at 20, Terry at 25, Paul at 30, Frank at 35, Phil at 40, Tyrone at 45, and Charles at 50. It's the same thing that you see if you look at it. What are the same characteristics that they all possess? And you're going to find that's the culprit. You got to submit, you have to realign what is important. And when you do that, okay, Miss Curran, just let him go last week. I tired of his ways and no respect me. I'm a queen. I'm going to be treated like a woman's supposed to be treated. So I left him, bottom line. And let me tell you what he'll do. When he want to come back, because he's going to try to come back. This is what I have. This is what I demand. I'm not her. Yes, I'm Vonda. But the woman that you knew, that you dated, I'm not her anymore. But let me say this to you, Miss Curran. Part of that is your own fault because you did not have expectations and requirements for him. And as a result, we get mad and fall out for people because we didn't tell them. See, now you know. This is the list of things that you have to do. So now we know coming in the door, it ain't going to be just because, you inboxing me, you seem like a nice man, you got a good job. But when you come with me, say, well, baby, what you want? You don't even know what to say. I just want somebody to love me, be kind, and don't cheat on me. What? That's it? Well, you need to have some more criteria. You need to readjust what's important. To me, for many years, having good sex was a deal breaker. But let me explain what I found out about men who have good sex. They have an appetite for having sex with more than one woman. This is what I found. Maybe the more endowed that a man is, his desire to be sexually stimulated is greater than a man who is less endowed. Okay? Because his desire for sex goes hand in hand with his ability, with his penis size. So the bigger it is, the more women he's going to have. That's just what he's going to do. The smaller it is, because that's an area that maybe he's not comfortable in, or he is not, he ain't dealing with a lot down there. The desire is less, and he can be able to commit better than somebody that's walking around here strapped, if you know what I mean. Them Strat Men, baby, their problem, because they know that they can get sex from a woman, and they have a greater desire for sex because they got a bigger penis size. Okay? It's not penis size that creates libido, but in a man, because he knows that women are attracted to him because of his penis size, he's going to get more women than, say, a man who is not. Because, see, a man who may not have a large penis is going to downplay sex. His desire is not the same. He ain't somebody, I got to have it 8 times a day. He's not going to do that. Because in many ways, he is probably insecure about the fact that he has a smaller penis. And that there may have been, and you know, when women have an expectation of a man with a bigger penis and you have a smaller penis, then you might be like, well, you know, I'm just gonna tell you now, I don't have no big penis. You gonna even tell them, but they'll make up in their loyalty. Now, I'm not saying all little penises are loyal, okay, but many of them are. Why? Because they're trading off a characteristic. Whereas Big Daddy, he got him on rotation. His desire is greater. Now, libido, all that, I don't know. But his desire for women is greater. And so naturally, you know, you want to, but let me say this to you. You got to be able to understand, follow along, that sex ain't everything. Sex, good sex, 4 times a day, 4 times a week, an hour. Hell, it's 24 hours in a day. So if all you, I can have that, oh, I can have that, I can have that. Look at what you missing out on. Hey, baby, let me tell you something. At this stage in my life, we can work, whatever you got, we can work with that. You gonna show up, be accountable. You know what I mean? Be there when I need you. I gotta give or take. Let me tell you something about a relationship. You can't have 100%, ladies. But here, y'all got 90%, but complain about that 10%. He ain't got a big enough penis. His penis won't, do what it's supposed to do for long periods of time. Y'all worry about dumb stuff. And then when you get the big slanger, and then you on rotation, you miss little thing. Cause little thing was treating you right, showing up when it was supposed to, not missing in action. I gotta have me somebody to fulfill me. I gotta feel it. You sound like a child. It's more to life than being on your back. Hell, as Melissa Cooper says, sex is overrated. I can do better myself without a man. Hey, come on. Because if that man nowhere is supposed to do right, and you can tell him, baby, you can get that pleasure too. It don't take 10 to get it all the time. But in your mind, that's what you believe. All right? But see, little daddy, he gonna show up. Because he know, hell, when men go to the bathroom, they in the, doing their thing, they look. They like, damn. I've heard, and it ain't, there's nothing wrong. I heard men say, that dude got a big one over there. That got a big one. But that don't mean he trying to desire it or nothing. But hell, they see that. They ain't whipping it out. So that man has had women that have been displeased with the level of sex that he's provided. And it's consistent. And he knows, and he listened, and he hear that these women going crazy over these big ones. So he knows that there's probably a connection in the size of his penis and his ability to adequately satisfy a woman. So he shows up in other ways. He is committed. He like to lay around, hold you, touch you, PDA. He love to take you places, send you flowers, because he's compensating. Because he ain't got a big old strap. So he compensating. But I gotta have me a big old strap. But then I'm on rotation. Then he missing. Then he don't want to cut the grass. Then he don't want to take the trash out. But he got a Whopper over there. Baby, the hell with that Whopper. You can keep that Whopper. Okay? Baby. And follow along. As somebody said, hey, sex is overrated. That's something for and like Florence Miles said, he can use his mouth. Okay, let me tell you something. Listen, okay? That ain't the only thing you gotta use. But here's the point. As I told you, the biggest sex organ on a man or a woman is your mind. And if your mind say I gotta have 8 to 10 inches, then 3 or 4 ain't gonna do it. But baby, let me tell you something. You got to figure out a way to make that work. Cause see, guess what? I want a man that I know that if I get a flat tire, I know I can call him and I know he gonna answer. But Big Dong over there, he got his phone off. Oh, I see you call me. I was asleep. Lying out here with some woman, done fell asleep or the phone off. I want a man that's gonna show up. So all of that, he gotta have it. You see that big old print on his leg, girl, been there and done that. And it ain't nothing. And they're bums, many of them, because their desire for sex is great. And I attribute it to the fact that they feel because they're well endowed, women look, come on. Y'all don't be lying. Y'all look at a man's print size of his penis. You do. You look at his hands. You look at his feet. Yes, you do. You say, ooh, he got something going on. Let me tell you what happened to me. So I get picked up. I was in New York and I got picked up. It was this man from the middle of the steering wheel. Okay. His hand went from the palm of it over the top of the steering wheel. This man's hand had to be that big. That man was a big old strapping man, okay? I mean, I would assume he working with something, okay? Now I'm asleep in the car the whole time. I was tired. He ain't said nothing to me. But he pulled up to the crib and he was a foreign. And he says, oh, man, where do you live? He said, this your house? I said, yes. He said, do you live here? Are you married? I said, no. He said, do you have a man? I said, yes, Jesus. He said, oh, this is a beautiful house. So what he trying to let me know, oh, I see what you working with, sis. Let me try to work with you. Then I see potentially he probably did have a big penis. Then you going to be laying up in the crib and the castle because you got that big magic wand, but you ain't had nothing to say to me the whole time. But when you think that I got a couple dollars in my pocket, not knowing, okay, you know what I'm saying, all that you see glitter and go, you automatically want to be in here and lay up in here because you think you got something. So what you going to do? You going to use your magic wand? I got my luggage and got the hell on out of there. I said, look, I ain't got time for that. You ain't been saying nothing about nothing. Okay? Now, here the damn Uber driver. But he don't care. You know why? Because he working with that equipment. He said, shoot, I mess around and I get chose and I be up in here looking for a come up and listen. Okay? Shoot, I'm living Farmington. How y'all meet? I picked her up and she liked what I did. And now I'm living in the mansion. Okay? Where the grass get cut off. Why? Because a man who is sexually endowed knows that he got something to work with, even if he's an older man. But see, I'm not looking for that. But see, maybe you caught me a couple years ago, and I seen long dawn coming. I might have had a different response. That don't do nothing for me no more, because I'm mature. Because I understand that sex is nothing but a slice of the pie. See, I don't want the slice no more. I had the slice. I want the full thing. I want all of it. I want commitment. I want you to show up. I want you to be dependable. I want you to want to be with me. I want all that. Now, maybe you might be blessed to be able to have a man that's well endowed and all. That's just going to be a little bit more work. Because even men I know that are like my boys, my friends, nothing. They can be in monogamous relationships, but it's a challenge. It's like trying to stop you smoking cigarettes. The desire is always there, but you fighting it. You fighting it because you so used to being with so many women, and your desires for sex is so great. I'm not saying it can't be done, but who want to do all of that? Girl, let me explain this to you. You just go ahead and deal with somebody, that little fellow, okay, that Might not be working with too much. Okay, that's okay. And you say, honey, this is what I want you to do. He gonna do that and more, cause that's his calling card. That's his love language. Showing up, being accountable, being responsible, loving you, making sure that your world is right, and doing the things that you need to be done. And baby, you will fall in love with that. Let me tell you something. My ex-husband had a client, and the client dated a man, and the man was injured in a oil rigging accident. Roll Mosley, go ahead, just play it over. But we just talking about showing up. I'm gonna be on here for a minute because I was late, and so I'm going right now. So anyway, let me get back to my story. So anyway, he was injured in an oil rigging accident. He was paralyzed. His legs had to be amputated. Okay, so he only had like to the knees. Okay, so he just on both. He just only had to the knees. And her son had got a murder case, and at that time, he needed like just say 15,000. That was the price. It was many years ago. That woman called her husband and said, honey, I need this money. The next day she got it. And you know what? My ex-husband got it. You know what she said? To the world, he half a man. But to me, he a whole man. Because anything I need him to do, he does for me. Because he want to make sure I'm happy. Okay? But I remember her saying that, but I couldn't appreciate that. Because I'm too busy running after the elusive unicorn. Got money, got good sex, and the alpha man. And baby, I run out. I'm exhausted. I don't want him no more. You keep that. I don't want that. You hear me? I will run from that. Because I know what that's about, and it ain't about nothing. It's about a woman being hurt and in pain. Why? Because they know what they got. If a man pocket full and he got a big penis and he an alpha male, baby, you got a problem. He not gonna settle down till he ready. And that may not be till Jesus come back. And I ain't got time to wait. Okay? I want a man coming off the gate saying, baby, look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I may not got everything you need down there, but I tell you what, you dealing with me, it ain't nothing that you can want that I ain't gonna provide for you, baby. Let me tell you something. Hey, knowing that make me be excited. Knowing that my man's showing up, baby, let me tell you something. You talking about an orgasm? Shit. I had one right then because he's showing up. He's doing what he's supposed to do. That's what I'm saying. Get away from all of that. He got to be the package. He doesn't. You're not trying to have children. You're trying to have a life mate. You're not trying to reproduce and have offsprings. You're trying to have a life mate. And that requires different criterion. See, let me explain this to you. A life mate is a man who is going to build with you. He may not be able to completely fulfill you sexually. He knows that. But he's the kind of man that says, babe, we're going to make this work. He's the kind of man that's going to cut the grass. He's the kind of man that's going to say, baby, let's plant flowers. He's the kind of man that's going to say, let me get your car washed. He's the kind of man that's going to say, let's get this house together. He's the kind of man that he can't wait to get home. He's the kind of man that when you see him, you see her. Y'all go to church together. Y'all go to concerts together. Y'all go walking together by the river. He's always thinking of you. That's a life mate. That's what you want. But all them ones that he got that laying girls, I don't want that. You keep that. That ain't for me. That ain't what I do no more. Because I've grown. Because I don't want that same pain in a different uh receptacle. Okay. I don't want that from the doctor, the lawyer, the Uber driver, the engineer. I don't want that because they all have the same characteristic. The alpha man. You can be an alpha man and be broke, okay? But you're an alpha man, many times well endowed, and you got women on rotation. Now follow along. He probably and it was looking good and smelling good too. Baby, let me tell you, that was his come up. See, that little Uber driver was nothing. He came up on a woman who, wants some stimulation. Next thing you know, he in the crib. I ain't got a problem with that, okay? But my point being to you, don't you deserve more? When I see many of the people who live in my neighborhood and they're working people, they're not, the men, they look okay, they're not exceptional. They drive Fords or Chryslers and they may work at DTE, they work at the plant, but they put their jams on and they out there planting flowers together. And you know what I'm saying? They walk in at night together, they do their wives are their best friends. Now, they're not somebody that got a pocket full of money. They're not people that got Cadillacs, Porsches, Lincolns. They're simple people who want to be a life mate. But we have to readjust our criterion. See, when you're 20, that criterion of the unicorn, that you're supposed to want that. I want a man who is going to be able to provide for me financially and is going to be able to provide for me sexually and be well endowed. I want that. That's a child's dream. Okay, that's not real. That's not real. That's not realistic. It's just not. As you get older, you have to readjust your desire. I love, oh my God, White Castle. I love it. But probably when I got to be about 45, no, I'm going to say 50, I could not eat that. Oh, and I love them. I can just think of them little burgers. I love them. But baby, let me tell you something. They almost sent me to emergency one time. I had gas so bad. I thought I was going to die. It was all trapped up around my heart. And I had to let it go. My point is, your body can't digest what it used to. Many of y'all love ice cream, but ice cream don't love you. So you got to let that go. But you got the same criterion for a man that you would date when you were 20 and you 55. And well, I keep getting hurt. When the last time that you decided to readjust that criterion? Them White Castles, Caprice Grant said free gas. Let me say this to you. And we used to eat them when we was young. Oh my God, them onion rings, them clams, just the idea of it. And I ain't trying to knock them because it's a good brand, but your body can't digest that the same way. So you start to eat different. But your criteria for a man is the same as you was when you was 20. Does that make sense? You have to get away from that. That's not something that's important anymore. You have to be able to say, what is your value? What is your position on commitment? Can one woman be enough for you? Are you willing to settle down? Once you settle down, do you want to be married? If they like no to all of the above, Keep them moving. Goodbye. Okay. See, as I had said before, in many cultures, they date and marry within a year. Oh we've been together 10 years. We've been living together 6 years, and then we got me. What? It don't take that long. We got 4 kids together. We've been together 10 years. What? I'm not getting it. Your thing off the rip as an older woman. What is your position about commitment? Do you want to be married? Have you been married? And if a man is a serial dater, he ain't never been married, he don't want to be married. So let that go. You need to know. And you need to ask these questions. And when he says, and you are convinced that he's being truthful, then that's when you need to say, I need that grass cut. I need to take that trash out. I need my nails done. I need gas, etc. Then you build up because he's coming in letting you know this is a potential. But if he's like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really not ready to commit. If I found the right woman, I probably would. It's too many probablys. That man does not want a commitment. He wants to be single. So why are you wasting your time with him? Well, but he nice, and I like, because he be laying me down good, and the sex is wonderful, and I just wanna, I don't know, I'm just gonna wait it out. And then y'all done been together 25 years, and he got his own place, you got your own place, and there's no growth. Pamela, I've been with endowed men, and they thought that was all they needed to have. Didn't satisfy me worth a damn. All that equipment, but don't know how to use it. Someone smaller have other ways to make up for the shortage, and at my age, bigger is uncomfortable. Ooh, Pamela! We need to have this conversation. We do. And until what Pamela said, okay, that's true. But we have to change our criterion. But before we do all of that, you got to get your ass in that garage and you got to clean it out. And you got to deal with all of that junk that's in them junk drawers in that garage. You need to clean it out. Those generational curses, you feeling that you're not good enough, you being inadequate, you feeling that somebody is better than you feeling you got to go out their way to get their approval. You got to deal with that. And God, let me tell you what He's gonna do. Ooh, you ready? Mark my word. It's somebody listening to me that once you start doing that, God is going to take the scales off the eyes of your friend that you've known forever. And He's going to see you as wife material and not just friend material. And y'all going to get married. But you got to clean out that garage. You know what we do? The rest of our house is laid, but that garage is filthy because don't nobody see it. But it exists. God say, clean it out. Daughter, clean that out. I need you to get rid of your insecurity. I need you to deal with those abandonment issues. I need you to deal with your self-worth. I need you to be able to love you. I need you to show up for you. I need you to be able to want to love you enough to make you get your hair done, get your nails and feet done, and you ain't laying up with nobody. I need you to fall in love with you, and I need you to fall in love with me. And once you fall in love with me, then you are going to fall in love with you. You're going to want to treat yourself. When you love God, He will make you love yourself. You will then say, oh, I don't have to reveal my goodies, because God talks about modesty in women. Modesty means that there's some things that you kept hidden, but you still can be sexy. God wants His daughters, His queens, to be modest. He don't want us out here looking like little whores. With you just look at us and you can just you ain't got no got the underwear ain't holding you in place and you're jiggling every damn where and you're thinking that's sexy and you got. God doesn't want that. He wants a woman to be modest. He wants a woman to love herself, to honor her body, to stop letting men run in and out of her, to stop having men take her for granted, to stop having men be disrespectful. He wants you to honor you. He wants you to take time with him, and he wants you to fall in love with you. And when he do that, watch what's going to happen. It's going to be a man that you've known all your life in a friendship capacity, went to school with, worked with, whatever. That man going to come back because the scale's going to be taken, because he's going to see you as a new creation. He's going to see you as a new a creation. He's not going to see. I've been knowing Vonda 25 years, but he's going to see you differently. Why? Because it's all falling together. Your house is clean. Your head is clean. You got rid of feeling that you're not enough. You ain't got to run after your family and friends for acceptance. You don't have to be loved. You don't have to go out your way to keep doing stuff for people. And you tired, and you got to always make the spaghetti, and you got to always make the ribs, and you tired. He's going to relieve you from that. He's going to relieve you from always having to have friends. Stop having all these women friends. And then everything fall on you because they talking about you. Because you said this or that. Because you just need to be with somebody. I can't be by myself. The fact that many of you are on this line tonight, when you normally would be booed up at the club, tipsy, coming home, wanting to have sex. The fact that you on here, a year ago, you couldn't even see yourself doing this. You was like, I ain't gonna be listening to no woman, no old woman talking about what I need to do. But you're tired. And you want something more. And you want that Boaz. And you keep having these relationships that are not fulfilling. Why? Because you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that is the definition of insanity. Love yourself enough to start dealing with what happened to you when you was 10 years old, 11 years old. Love yourself enough to do that. Love yourself to say, why is it that I have to always have friends? What is it about me? What is it? Why do I have to have everybody's approval? I gotta have everybody like me. What is it lacking in me? I want you to start digging deep in that. And once you start doing that and getting rid of that trash that nobody see, it's gonna make you a better person. And God will say, I'm gonna take those scales off his eyes. Because daughter, you're ready. But remember those people in the promised land? They died because they weren't ready. And that's not where you want to be. Your only assignment is one thing. Let's get and dig in deep. Get rid of that junk in our heads. Then we need to change the criterion that we use to date our men. Then we have to establish expectation. And once we do that, as Martha says, stop having men use you as a dumping ground, giving you a bad body or the diseases and early death. Because you're worried about them, because you love them. You gotta say, baby, let me tell you something. I love you. Oh, you do not know. But I gotta let go. Carmen Evans said, let the healing begin. I love you. And I'm not letting you go because I don't love you. I'm letting you go because I need to heal. You want to be on rotation and you like dating multiple women, and I'm all right with that. That's what you want, but that's not what I want. We done been together 6 years. It ain't getting no better. We ain't moving in that direction. We cool though. You my boy. But I want something more than that. So with tears in my eyes, I gotta let you go. Never out of my heart, but I need to let you go out of my life. It's just not right for me. You understand that? But I love you. But I'm ready to go to higher ground. I'm ready to be Mrs. I'm ready to be on a trip where my man, he the one to take off all the luggage and I don't have to do nothing. I'm ready. But I need to deal with that garbage. I need to get in my head why I'm willing to accept mediocrity from men. I need to figure that out. I need to get in that head. I need to be able to stop accepting them crumbs from a man when I deserve the whole pie. I need to do that. And the only way that you do that, sis, stop dating and start thinking about I want you to do this, the first relationship you had. What were some of the things that you saw in that person? He's good looking. Maybe he was sexually endowed. He had a couple dollars in his pocket and he was a go-getter. The second man that you dated, what were the characteristics in him? Figure out what is the common denominator. What is it that all of those men possess? From the first man that you dated to your last man that did not end in a positive relationship. And you're going to find it. It may be sexual prowessness. You know, he got big one. It may be he got money. Maybe he like to talk smack. It's something. And you need to eliminate that. And you need to stop making that a deal breaker. And you need to say, it's a factor, but it's not a deal breaker. And you need to reassess what is important and what you will stay to, what you will accept. McKinley Goldberg. Funny, I just watched this on R.C. Blake also. I don't know who R.C. Blake is. I'm sorry. But you understand? And when you do that, and stop. And when you start making God first, God will tell you, let me say this to you. Whether you looking in the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible, God sets down requirements for his daughters: modesty, obedience, sacrifice to him, love, self-love. And once you start to do that by reading the handbook, whether it's the Torah, the Quran, or the Bible, on what a woman should be, and you become that, you become his daughter truly. You feel like I'm a kept woman. And when I'm telling you, I'm going to say this to you. When I decided to give myself fully to God, I'm talking about fully, it be scaring me how God will show up. I ask God for something and I hide it in my heart and I look around and he'll give it to me. Things that I didn't even think I was worthy of, God will give it to you. But I had to take the time to figure out what is it. And the Bible says, follow along. If you obey me, I'll give you the desires of your heart. But what we want to do is use God. Oh, you know I need that promotion. Got it. See you later, bye. Gotta get back and get my freaky deaky on. Yeah, baby. Oh, let me pick up the Bible. Oh, it's Sunday. Oh, praise the Lord. How are you doing? Oh, God, I'm in the temple. I'm in church. Yeah, then we getting a freaky deaky on. He understand. You playing with him. You playing with him. And he don't like it. And as a result, you keep getting yourself played. But when you start saying, I'm going to stop this, shut it down, I'm going to figure this out, Y'all figure out everything else. Y'all know how y'all man cheating. Well, he said that he was gonna be his cousin at. He said it was his cousin at 11. Then he lived on the east side. Then how was he at the nightclub at Duo at 12 o'clock? And how y'all do all that? Y'all figure that out? How your man cheating on you or what he doing? Then you need to get in that word, that Torah, that Quran, and that Bible, and figure out what God wants for you. But you all up in his emails and text messages and figuring out where he been and how he been doing it. But you won't spend 1 minute in the word so that you can be delivered and set free. And you bound. And you crying and mad because he out of place and he playing you, spinning a bottle, and you feeling like a fool, but you won't go and get delivered and get set free so that you ain't got to feel like your phone weigh 1,000 pounds. Because you every time you listen to see somebody pulling in the driveway, you want to know if it's him. You up there going on social media, going on his friends and family page, seeing what he doing. But you won't take time to get delivered. Well, then guess what? You need what you deserve, baby. Keep getting played. But I got tired. I said, listen, I'm sick of this. Let me go. And let me go in this word and see what God say. Let me see what you can do for me. Because what I done got from Jimmy, Paul, and Ray, I'm tired. And baby, let me tell you, he keeps showing up. Then there will be a time that once I am healed, and he's providing for me, and I can now really work on my head and figure things out, that there will come a time when he will release that man to me. And the scales will come off, but I'm still healing. Yes, I'm being provided for, but I'm healing. Every day I'm trying to figure out something different about myself. When I seen the people at the airport, God gave me, that was a sermon for me. Now you see how he providing? I'm watching, but I wasn't doing this before. But God is opening up my eyes. He's taking the scales off little by little because it was so much crust on there. It was crusty. It just crust. It just crust. It was like stood like this, and they closed. And little by little, he opened them up. They're like this now, a little bit, and then he gonna open them up fully, and I will be able to see the world different. But I had to do something. And if you want a different result, then you got to do something. That don't mean go from Facebook to Tinder. That means stop that pain. And I know you want to. And I know I see some of y'all comments, y'all bleeding because you're tired of getting played by these men. But your flesh is yearning after having, well-endowed men being with you. Your flesh is yearning after that fine man, after that man that smells so good. Your flesh is yearning, and you can't cut it off. And so then you be conflicted. You know what God wants from you and he expects from you, but you can't do it because you conflicted with your desires from your flesh and your faith. And your flesh keep winning and your faith keep losing and you keep getting stuck. Ain't you lost enough? Isn't it time to heal? And that's what I'm saying. Let's cut this date now. Let's just shut it down for a minute so we can regroup, so we can figure out, we can say, God, I need you to come in and take care of all these bills and stuff. And then I need to figure out how I got here. And I need to realign myself. And I need to get rid of these insecurities. I need to get rid of these desires to be loved and liked by people. Then I need to reevaluate what I need in my dating and what the problem was in the men that I dated. And then I need to have the expectation. Boom, there you go. Then you're going to be married. And then you're going to be happy. And you ain't going to be on here with me no more. And I'm going to love you anyway. You hear me? Because this is my mission. I feel that God has released this ministry to me. This single, I am committed. You know what I'm saying? This is my ministry. That no matter where I find myself, I am always going to take the time to reach back to help women to heal and to understand that they don't have to be in that place all the time. That you don't have to be at the happy hour. That you don't got to be at the club. That you ain't got to be on Facebook. That you ain't got to be on Tinder. That you ain't got to be letting no man lay up and have sex with you and playing you like a fool. You ain't got to do that. God is gonna call you from that because you deserve better because you queens on here, okay? And we need to do this journey together. But it's hard. It is hard for me to tell you what to do and you know. But your flesh is in conflict with your faith. And your flesh keep winning and you keep losing. Your flesh wins every time that you let a man defile your body. Your flesh is winning every time that man has shown you he don't care about you and you keep calling him. The flesh is winning every time that you are in rotation with a man and you settle for less than you deserve. You don't deserve that. You deserve more, but you're in conflict. And because you know, let me tell you, you might know the Bible, you might know the Torah, and you might know the Quran, but you ain't applying it in your life. Every time happy hour come, here you go. Every time you know what I'm saying? And you keep getting played. And you tired. But you don't know how to stop. Because your flesh is calling. As your R. Kelly saying, your body is calling me. Well, then you need to shut it down. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say no more. Because you done got me in enough trouble. And I don't want to hurt anymore. And I deserve better. And I want to heal. But I got to shut it down now. So all of these people that's on rotation, that they coming to seeing me, I got to shut them down. Because I don't want to bleed no more. I don't want to hurt no more. Let me say this to you. What I feel about myself. I'm 58 years old. I am, my body is different. You know, I'm a little fat now, okay? But to me, when I look at myself, I see a sexy woman. Why? Because I'm healing. I've looked better when I was a younger woman, but I was broken. I'm holding heal, baby. I'm on that journey. I know when to say, I can't go back on rotation. I can't, baby, I can't go back and looking on nobody's phone and looking or what you call it on they Facebook and looking and trying to try. I'm tired. I don't want to spend another $100 for happy hour and your head hurting. I'm tired. I'm tired of being on dating sites, raising my expectation of people lying about who they are and what they doing. I'm tired. I gotta shut it down. But I'm gonna be by myself. Ain't you alone now? You alone now. You are alone now. You with somebody and you alone. Because they don't understand you, they don't love you, they don't value you. And then after they leave you, they done you use your body, use your mind, and use your finances. Guess what they do? You worse off than before. I don't want that. I gotta shut it down. I gotta shut it down. You understand what I'm saying? Let me ask this question. I'm gonna leave y'all with this because we've been on here for a while. If you had $1,000 and you invested in some stock, and every day you went to go check and you lose $5, $10, $20, $50, what you gonna do? You gonna lose a whole 1,000, or you gonna say I've lost enough? Let me pull out what I put in. If you do it for money, will you do it for you? Will you say I gotta stop? But I may die like this. I'm already dying. I just gotta stop. Put it on pause. Figure this head out. Get that stuff out my garage. Dig deep. Continue in my word, understanding what God requires of me, whether it's in the Quran, Torah, the Bible. Not date. Heal myself. And when God begins to release me back and I'm feeling stronger, have expectation, boom, you got your husband. It's a journey, it's a process. but you got to do it, because if you don't, you're gonna die in the wilderness, and I don't want that for you, because we queens and we deserve better. All right, so look, I came on late. Okay, we've been on an hour and 39 minutes. I love y'all, and for those of you who did not get a chance to see it all, you know it's on YouTube. It's on Positive Affirmations. It's on my Vonda Evans, and it's also on my Vonda Evans on YouTube. So it's always on there. So look, let me tell you something. Thank you, daughter. My niece would say, "Grace, your auntie." Where bear with me, because sometimes the enemy be trying to keep me from being here. But I'm gonna be. Oh, I'll be on every Saturday. I'll be a little late now. Y'all know me. You know they was talking about me late going to court, so you know I'm be late. But normally it's 9:30, and I try to keep it. But I had a lot going on. But I'm gonna be back. Okay, all right. Today I started at 10:30, so it was a little late, but I'm gonna make that commitment, because, as I said, I believe this is my ministry. I am committed to it. I ain't never asked y'all for $1, not $1, and I'm not gonna ask you for $1, because this is my ministry and it is my opportunity to give to my ladies, and so that we can heal together. Miss Tracy Muhammad, let me tell you something. I swear, I know y'all. Y'all my babies. Y'all my babies. I know when y'all be missing, I be like, where my baby? Where my baby at? I don't see my baby on here. But I know y'all healing, and I'm proud of y'all. And listen, some of y'all making decisions that before y'all was listening to it, y'all would have gone for the get out, and you learn it, and it's a journey, and we're doing okay. Okay, so I want to see y'all next week. Okay, and we're gonna be talking some more, and like we just trying to heal up in here. Okay, I love you. See y'all next week. All right, bye.